What's up, everybody? 32 Icon here. I hope that you guys are doing well. I'm doing well myself. Please go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already, in good faith that I will continue bringing you great content. So today I want to talk about our physical fitness and conditioning as a CCW holder. So there have been situations that we have seen on YouTube, we have seen on the news, we probably have seen in person, where a CCW holder have been in a situation where they're physically fighting off a suspect, or they are in a situation where there's a shooting at a mall or a store and are able to literally run and get away from danger. And I want to talk about where we are with our fitness. So personally, I used to be a former athlete. I've played sports all my life, and I played in college, and I was in tip-top shape. And so conditioning was never really an issue for me as far as, everyday abilities are concerned. Because we were conditioned to basically be on the top level of fitness while playing a sport in college. So that level of fitness is different than the level of fitness you will need for your everyday activities, like walking up and down stairs, or maybe jogging down the street to the store, or carrying your baby and wheeling a stroller at the same time. So that is a little bit different, but for the average person, that's what you're going to be doing. You're not going to be running up and down a basketball court or running up and down a soccer field. You're going to be going up and down the steps, maybe running from a situation where you see danger, and you need a little bit of conditioning to do that. And you probably need a lot more conditioning than that if you're going to be fighting off someone who's trying to harm you. And there are situations where you don't always have to use your weapon if you're not in a deadly encounter. If someone is coming toward you and want to inflict harm on you, and you're able to stop that without pulling out your firearm, then you better have some type of hand combat training or some type of stamina to get you through the fight. And what I mean by that is, if you're wrestling with someone who's trying to harm you or maybe pull your weapon or what have you, their adrenaline is going. And so they're doing any and everything to harm you. And of course, your adrenaline is going to be going as well, but you're having to think about, okay, how do I handle this situation? Do I have enough stamina to handle this situation? What happens if he or she gets on top of me and I'm unable to flip them over to better my situation in this fight? You have to think about a lot of things, and you have to have some type of combat training and some type of conditioning and able to do that. Now, I'm not saying you need to go out and, get some karate training or anything of that nature. All I'm saying is that, you better be able to handle yourself if you are involved in a physical encounter. And usually stamina is going to be a winner. So you may not be the best puncher in the world, you may not be the best kicker in the world, but if you can hold off that person and you can wrestle to save your life and get control of the situation, and hopefully they flee, then you're going to be in a better position to, to win out on that fight. And so getting in the gym, getting on the treadmill, getting some walking in, building up that heart rate, that's the stuff that's going to help us. And even if it's not necessarily in a gym, it could just be, walking around your neighborhood, walking around the block, going down to the local YMCA and walking around the parking lot. There are a lot of schools in the neighborhood. You can go and they have outdoor tracks, and you can walk around there just to build up that conditioning. Because what ultimately happens is, yes, your adrenaline is running, but there have been a lot of situations, even on active self-protection. I watch that YouTube channel all the time, and I forgot the guy's name. I think it's Steve. He, breaks down situations where a lot of the times you can get out of there just by running, or you can save your life just by having a few combat skills, or you can fight off the perpetrator long enough to get help. And so those are the things that you have to be aware of. And so I just kind of wanted to present it to you because I know it's something that we don't talk about. I know there are a lot of tactical muffin tops out there, and hey, I've definitely gained pounds over the years of just not working out anymore, being tired of always being in tip-top condition. But probably now more than ever, I need to be in tip-top condition because, when things, when it rains, it pours. So if something's going to happen to you, it's really going to come at you. And you want to make sure that you're in tip-top shape to put yourself in the best situation to come out on top. So you guys let me know how you feel about that. Those are my thoughts. I didn't necessarily go in depth in this video, but I just think it's important that we are training with our hands, with a healthy heart, just as much as we're training with our sidearm. And so I think that's truly important. I think that's something that we probably need to assess in our training. Okay, yes, I've gone to the range. I put holes through paper. I put some brass on steel, but is that necessarily going to save me? Maybe I need to focus on, like I said in the last video, situational awareness. Maybe I need to focus on combat training. Maybe I need to get my heart rate up so I have a little bit of conditioning, this just in case I have to get into a fight. I won't get winded. I'll be able to help myself. So think about it. Let me know your thoughts on it. It can be a sensitive and touchy subject, so I try to, generalize as much as possible. But I think combat training and conditioning go hand in hand. And so again, you don't need to be, Mr. Miyagi, but I think you need to be able to, have a couple of skills that will help you if you had to get into a fight. Okay. Well, I hope that was helpful for you guys. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.